Next is grammar. 2 marks are given if your grammar is perfect. You might have made some of the errors, but those are rare and difficult to spot. Then you will be given with 2 marks. 1 mark is given if your grammar is poor, and 0 marks is if you are making simple structures or you are doing several basic mistakes. So what we need to do to improve grammar? First thing is revise your grammar. Take a book and revise all the grammar rules again. It will just take 10 or 15 minutes. Second is, while writing, if you are doubtful regarding any sentence, just modify it. Don't take risks. If you are doubtful regarding any sentence, any preposition or anything, modify the sentence entirely. Be careful with the complex sentences because this is the main point where we make mistakes. While writing complex sentences, we are supposed to make grammar mistakes, and most oftenly we do it. Don't forget the articles. Again, a biggest mistake, a and the. If we are missing the articles, we'll lose our grammar marks. Next is revise prepositions again, because prepositions can change the meaning of entire sentence. So we definitely need to revise the prepositions. Punctuation is very, very important. And careful with the grammar in every question which requires you to give written response. For example, fill in the blanks, dictations, and anything in listening and anything in reading. Wherever you are writing, be careful with the grammar, because if you are writing from dictation, make sure you are writing the punctuation marks, you are writing the capital letters, and your grammar is correct. First letter should always be capital. And be careful with the names of countries and other nouns which require capital letter. And we often forget this, because when we type or when we practice on our laptop, it makes first letter capital automatically. There is a function in laptop while we are writing on Microsoft Word, it makes the first letter capital of every sentence. And with this, we often neglect our mistakes. So be careful with the first letter capital. Next is general linguistic range. 2 marks will be given if your language is proper. Frankly speaking, if you have control on your language, you will get 2 marks. What does that mean? Control over your language means you can use the language precisely. You are able to give emphasis on important points. You are able to differentiate between these two, and there is no ambiguity, means there is no vagueness in your essay. 1 mark is if you made some of the mistakes, and 0 mark is given if the essay contains basic language and there is no precision in the essay. How to improve it? Use variety of sentences. What does that mean? Active sentences, passive sentences, past, present, future tense, complex sentences, compound sentences, and complex compound sentences. So technically, what you are going to do is you need to write variety of sentences. Don't just stick with some simple sentences. So you are not supposed to write all of these in one essay, but just make sure you are not writing one form of sentences. No need to write too difficult sentences to sound smart, because you may make grammatical errors. If you are not confident with one sentence, if you are not sure that sentence is correct, just modify the sentence. Another important aspect of PTE writing is vocabulary range. Vocabulary is very, very important in PTE because it will help you in reading section as well as in writing section. 2 marks are awarded in your essay if you have sophisticated vocabulary, if you know how to use idioms as well as the general slang. 1 mark is given if you have average vocabulary, but sometimes you have some shortcomings, or sometimes you are using any word in a wrong sense. 0 mark is given if you have basic vocabulary. In order to get 2 marks in vocabulary range, make sure that you write 10 to 12 fancy, cool, sophisticated words in your essay. How to improve vocabulary range? After writing full essays, substitute most frequently used words with synonyms. This is very important. For example, you have used any word more than 2 times. Let's take example of important. Suppose you have used the word important 4 times. Just make sure you substitute it with the synonyms, like you can write significant or vital or pivotal or something like that. Learn synonyms of commonly used words in essays. While practicing, if you use some of the words in your essay, just make sure you learn synonyms of that. Just try practicing writing 30 or 40 essays and just make a list of commonly used words and learn the synonyms. Read university level essays, not the IELTS essays. This is very important because university essays contains logical sequence, they contain good coherence as well as they contain good format. So make sure you search on Google regarding university essays and read those. It is very important section because IELTS essays have lot of mistakes and do not follow the IELTS format in PTE. Take editorial pages of newspapers and read 4-5 essays. Again, this is very important because newspaper essays are very good. You can easily get explanation for any new trend, for example, any pollution, any topic like pollution or medicine or education. Topic like these can be easily read from newspapers. And just note down the new words but the sentences. Don't just write the words because you may forget them. Try to write the whole sentences. As well as you can take guidance from newspapers that how they have explained regarding causes of something or effects or solutions, and you can implement that in your PTE essays. Next is spelling. In PTE writing, the marks are awarded for spelling as well, and this is a very important section. 2 marks will be given if you have written correct spellings and there may be 1 typing error. 1 mark if you made 1 spelling error as well as 1 or more typing error. 0 mark will be given if you have more than 1 spelling error or numerous typing errors. So technically spellings are very important in PTE, and don't try to be overconfident in spelling, because while writing we may not make any spelling mistake, but while typing we do. Check your spellings after writing. After you have finished writing your essay, make sure that you check every spelling. Don't just check difficult spelling, just make sure you check spellings of every word. Don't be overconfident in spellings, because as if you can take example of me, I have never made any spelling mistake while writing. But in PTE writing, my scores in spelling are 60. So don't be overconfident in spelling, and try to practice writing PTE essays on laptops instead of on notebook. Revise every spelling, each and every word, not just the difficult ones. Turn off autocorrect from your laptop because it don't let you realize your mistakes. The problem is this autocorrect automatically corrects your mistakes and it doesn't let you realize your own mistakes. And sometimes we are confused with double E, EI, AI, something like that, and this autocorrect doesn't let us realize. Next is turn off the feature in which RPC makes first letter capital automatically in sentence case. While writing a sentence over on Microsoft Word or on Notepad, it makes our first letter capital automatically, and we need to turn this off. And avoid short forms, for example ETC, EG, IE. Just make sure you write the complete words instead of short forms. Next is development, structure and coherence. Again, an important section. 2 marks will be given if your essay shows good development and logical structure. 1 mark is given if it is incidentally less well structured, if your essay is not linked together. 0 marks if there is no coherence. So what does that mean? Coherence, logical structure, and development. I'll be discussing all these aspects in my next video because this is the lengthiest section of PTE writing. So technically, in short, just deal with the prompt to get 3 marks in content, and there should be no spelling errors so that you can get 2 marks in spelling, 10 fancy cool words to get 2 marks in grammar, in vocabulary, no repetition of words again to get more marks in vocabulary, grammar should be correct, and you must use variety of sentences, and 270 to 290 words, that's it. If you take care of all these aspects, you can easily get above 80 marks because writing is the easiest section in PTE. Deal with the prompt, don't make any spelling errors, add 10 fancy sophisticated words, don't repeat them, grammar should be correct, and you must use variety of sentences. And in order to get marks for form, make sure you write 200 to 300 words.